Hi drama queens! Today's episode question is, do you have a one that got away? Was it that you took them for granted? Or they just decided to move on? Or maybe no one's to blame and it's just life? You see this theme across this episode for those left behind by the happy couple, and it's honestly a little sad. So get comfy everybody and let's binge. Episode 14 starts with Sang-Eun visiting children at an orphanage, doing something heartwarming on a sunny day. In contrast, Ji-ho is busy at work figuring out her situation. On one hand, Miss Yu has gotten herself involved in a battle with Ina group, which puts her as well as Sang-Eun in danger. On the other hand, Ji-ho is not sure if he should tell Sang-Eun that Miss Yu is actually her birth mother. He even consults his co-workers by describing to them a scenario where a mom abandoned her daughter when she was a baby, only to adopt her again and raise her to be a well-rounded elite, with the sole purpose of marrying into riches. Some of her co-workers express pity for the mom's situation. Others express that with such an intricate situation, outsiders will never be able to predict how the daughter will feel and react. As for Sang-Eun, she's home, happily doing chores. Woo can tell that she's preparing herself to take care of Ji-ho. Sang-Eun tells him that she's very happy and motivated to have someone to care for who also cares for her. Woo shares that he is also very happy and motivated. Watching Hae-Jin's life from up close has inspired him to want to pursue his dream of becoming a singer. While I'm surprised Hae-Jin's life is inspiring to someone, it seems like a struggle to me this whole time. Speaking of Hae-Jin, his brother is not having a good time at all. The dumbass told his dad that he is planning to marry Sang-Eun to complete the marriage alliance for the Kang group. The father is enraged about what people would think about the older brother marrying his younger brother's ex-fiancée. So he pretty much beats him and kicks him out of the house. Hae-Jin's brother finds Hae-Jin to pick a fight. He does not expect Hae-Jin to turn into a completely different person, but Hae-Jin declares that he will come back to the family and take over the business, so his brother should be ready for a little competition. Hae-Jin's father has always favored his younger son, so the news of his return makes him very happy. He brings him out to all the major events and introduces him pretty much as the successor of the group. On the topic of successor, once Hae-Jin announced his retirement, the agency is looking to discover the next IT celebrity. They try to convince Woo to give it a shot since he's got the looks and the star power, and since he wants to be a singer anyways, but he doesn't agree immediately. It seems something is holding him back. Sang-Eun goes to deliver food to a still injured Ji-ho at work. Since he wasn't in, she laid out more than enough food to feed his entire office. His co-workers are all more than smitten by her, and they are happily enjoying the food and joking around with her when Ji-ho comes in. He's happy to see her, especially getting along so well with his team, and they put on a lovey-dovey show where she feeds him food while everyone cheers them on. After lunch, they go for a walk and they have a serious talk about whether she wants to pursue the matter of Miss Yu adopting her illegally and grooming her to be a pawn in her corporate games. Almost without thinking, Sang-Eun says no. Miss Yu is the one that raised her and she can't handle seeing her punished. Late at night, we see Hae-Jin sitting alone in an empty room. He looks exhausted and unhappy. Sang-Eun shows up at his door to ask why he has decided to return to the life that he hates. He obviously doesn't want to reveal that it has to do with protecting her from his scary family, so he basically chases her away. He then cleans out his apartment, trying to get rid of all the posters and awards that he's gotten as a celebrity. Then he runs into Ji-ho in the elevator. Like I said, people run into each other a million times in the elevator in the show. It's like that Netflix crime comedy show, only murders in the building. If you know, you know. Ji-ho asks him how he's doing, but Hae-Jin still refuses to open up. At home, Sang-Eun is learning how to do some basic chores from Woo, like how to fold towels properly and how to organize her closet. Miss Yu intervenes on multiple occasions to show them better ways, and Woo is pleased to see Sang-Eun and Miss Yu warming up to each other again. Ji-ho calls Miss Yu out once again, and this time revealing everything he's found out about the past. He knows that around 33 years ago, Miss Yu dated a real jerk, who ended up marrying a rich heiress and became the chairman of the Ina group. Miss Yu felt bitter about it, especially when she found out that she's pregnant. She gave birth and then abandoned her daughter. only to adopt her back illegally and force the chairman to announce to the world that she is the heiress of the Ina group. She invested hundreds of thousands into raising Sang-Eun to be an upper-class lady, all for the goal of marrying her into wealth. Ji-ho expresses that he knows her feelings for Sang-Eun are genuine, and that's why he wants her to tell Sang-Eun the full truth and apologize for her actions. Miss Yu tells Ji-ho that she has no problem apologizing for her actions, but she cannot tell Sang-Eun the full truth because she's not a good mother, maybe even can be considered a terrible one, and she doesn't want the weight of that to traumatize Sang-Eun further. She sees it as a punishment imposed on herself to never be reconciled with her daughter. Then Miss Yu heads to Ina Group for her final negotiation with the chairman. Her message is simple. If he doesn't give Sang-Eun what she deserves, she will leak all his dirty little secrets even if it kills her. That night, Sang-Eun shows up to ask Ji-ho what she should do for her next career. She lays out all her certificates, and there are many, and wants him to give her some advice. Ji-ho suggests that they go for a nice dinner the next day and talk about it in detail. After Sang-Eun leaves, Ji-ho sends the restaurant location to Miss Yu. This will be the golden opportunity for Miss Yu to apologize. The next day, Hae-Jin's mom waltzes into Hae-Jin's office, ready to give her arguments on why he should go on a blind date with a rich lady. To her surprise, he doesn't put up a fight at all. At this moment, Ji-young arrives in his office and greets his mom warmly. His mom has a very good impression of Ji-young, and she says to herself, if only Ji-young came from a good family, then she would definitely get her son together with her. Mom of the year, this one. Hae-Jin shows up at the blind date and finds out that the girl is his die-hard fan. She pulls out all her memorabilia of him, which makes him very uncomfortable. Finally, the night comes for Sang-Eun to meet with Ji-ho at the restaurant, but she waits only to see Miss Yu show up. Because of Ji-ho's encouragement, Miss Yu is able to express a lot of the things that she hasn't been able to over the years. As they drink more, Sang-Eun also lets loose that whether it's her sending Miss Yu money all these years, or her bailing her out of jail, she does these things out of concern rather than pity. Miss Yu gets very emotional as she tries to control her voice before apologizing. Sang-Eun asks her what she's apologizing for, and she says simply, for all that I have done all these years. Before the scene gets too heavy, a cake is delivered by the staff, and they start singing and making a scene. We see Sang-Eun and Miss Yu acting extremely alike as they quickly blow out the candle to stop the nonsense. They also take a nice photo together, and you definitely feel hopeful that they are on the road to reconciliation. As for Ji-ho, he's out meeting Ji-yeon. Ji-yeon notices that Ji-ho has changed a lot since he met Sang-Eun and offers him her best wishes. Oh, she gave up easily. He also offers her his best wishes, letting her know that he will always remember her as the young girl who lived across from him in the student center who needed protection. Not only that, he returns her alimony money to her, letting her know that he's not used a cent of it. She's shocked by this, and suddenly realizes that she will never meet a guy as good as Ji-ho. After their respective dinners, Sang-Eun and Ji-ho meet up. He's tipsy from his dinner, and Sang-Eun feels a little jealous that he met with his ex-wife and got drunk. Ji-ho tells Sang-Eun clearly why he met Ji-yeon and how much Sang-Eun means to him. Sang-Eun touches his face lovingly, her heart expanding at the sight of this silly and adorable man. At home that night, Woo expresses his genuine happiness for Sang-Eun. Then he brings up an extremely important topic. Sang-Eun has been married a million times, yes, but she's had pretty much zero experience in consummating the marriage. So he goes on to bestow all the knowledge that he has on how to be with a man, and Sang-Eun listens shyly but eagerly. And it's actually pretty timely because the opportunity comes quite quickly for Sang-Eun to use his training. One night, she's visiting Ji-ho's apartment as usual, and he holds her hand and asks her warmly to stay for the night. Oh my gosh, must we stop at the good part? In this episode, we cover a lot about how Miss Yu is Sang-Eun's birth mom. I gotta admit that I didn't really see that coming, maybe because I didn't pay enough attention to that storyline. It's hard being a mom on a good day, but to be in Miss Yu's situation and then trying to do right by a child, it does seem pretty hard. It's true that she didn't have to do all the things that she did to derail Sang-Eun's life from the start, but I guess that's why she has to now get up the courage to apologize. I hope Sang-Eun gets comfort from the fact that Miss Yu's intentions have been good at least, right? Even though her actions are all very misguided. For those of you who are in similar situations where your parents didn't do right by you, I'm sorry, you deserve better. This drama is slowly coming to a close, I think, so the last couple of episodes should be all warm and fuzzy, right? Who knows sometimes. So remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can see how this lovely story ends. Thank you for watching.